Okay. So I'm going to speak to you today about how out-of-home knows no borders. My name is Andreas, and I'm the founder and CEO of Hivestack. I'm thrilled to be with you here today at this awesome congress, and I'm especially honored for the award I received last night, the Leadership Award. I'm very touched. Thank you to the organizers of WU. Okay, so Hivestack is a global, independent, full-stack platform. We're proud to operate a DSP, an SSP, an ad server, businesses all across the world in 35 different countries. But I'm not here to talk to you about Hivestack. I'm here to talk to you today about a growing business opportunity for all of us. We call it the outside-in opportunity. There's a lot of science to outside-in campaigns, so let's explain how outside-in campaigns actually work. Starting with a bit of history. Where did the term come from, outside-in? Well, it was introduced by the CEO of Trade Desk in 2019, Jeff Green. And it was introduced when the Trade Desk announced their new global programmatic offering in China. The concept was simple: bring ad budgets outside of China into China. And that means a marketer physically located outside of China can use programmatic digital out-of-home to reach audiences that are physically located inside of China. However, outside-in campaigns are different. They are highly prized by media owners as they represent revenue that is coming from other countries that they would normally never see with their own direct sales force. This is truly incremental revenue for media owners. They get unannounced revenue hitting their SSP of choice used in countries coming from a DSP in another country. So how does this all work? Let's look at a quick example. Suppose there exists a fictitious Canadian sportswear apparel company called Lala Orange. Lala Orange is a fast-growing Canadian brand and wants to expand globally. One of the countries they wish to expand to is Japan, and they plan to open 3 physical retail stores in Japan. And so the question becomes, how can this brand, headquartered in Canada, market its products to Japanese audiences and drive them to visit and shop at these new store openings in Japan? So before the advent of programmatic advertising, Lala Orange would traditionally ask their Canadian agency of record to help create a Japanese advertising program. And so how that would work is the Canadian agency of record would then reach out to a local Japanese agency to help them plan, activate, and deliver against Japanese audiences. And this would culminate into a watered-down campaign with language barriers and cultural differences that would run across countless layers of agencies to agencies to agencies, introducing augmented layers of unnecessary fees. Much of this results in a campaign that's lost in translation. No pun intended. Programmatic advertising changes this, a truly borderless facilitation of digital out-of-home transactions. Using programmatic ad tech, that famous Canadian agency of record for Lala Orange can, while physically sitting in Canada, buy and reach audiences in Japan effectively. In the parlance of programmatic, Lala Orange's Canadian agency would use a self-serve, hands-on keyboard DSP, demand-side platform, to activate ad opportunities on screens in Japan via a Japanese SSP. And so whether to call this type of buy an outside-in buy or an inside-out buy really depends on whether you're sitting on the buy side or on the sell side. In the last 12 months alone, we've seen awesome global brands relying outside-in and inside-out campaigns. Gucci from Italy running in New York. Nexion, a gaming company in South Korea, running campaigns in Singapore. Pandata, a gaming company in China, running ads in Korea. Gravity, another gaming company in Japan, running ads in the USA. MapleStory, Korean company, activating in the United States. Rolls-Royce in Singapore, activating in Japan. Cloudflare in the US, activating via Google DV360 into the Liveboard SSP in Japan. Fortnite from US to Japan. FIFA from US to Japan. Other campaigns from Korea, NBA in Japan to Liveboard, the list is endless. This is a real thing right now. Is how do you open up your inventory as a media owner to receive not just revenue from your own country, but from other countries and programmatically? And so there's countless examples. This is truly happening. And all of these campaigns bring truly incremental revenue to media owners from other countries. Next, I'd like to bring up two guests to walk us through a real-life case study from an outside-in buy where Dentsu China activated a programmatic digital out-of-home outside-in campaign in Japan for their client Pico, a VR brand owned by ByteDance. Welcome, Kate Wang, and welcome, Jinnai-san. I'm going to move this here so we can see the screens. Sorry, Kate. Kate, you can, as our guest, sorry, move these. It should be in front of the screens. You can be right there, Kate. And then Jinnai-san. Thank you. Okay, earning our lunch. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's start with introductions. Kate, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Kate from Dentsu China. I charge the inbound and outbound branding and full funnel media solution in China. Yeah, so majority, our team's, our department's role is to help the global brand coming to China market to penetration, growth in China, and also help the Chinese brand to go overseas global market to proper spread. So it's my great honor to join Andrea and Jinnai-san to join this panel to share some experience with everyone here today.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Kate. And now over to you, Jinnai-san.
Oh, simply, I'm wearing pink. That's the reason I Hivestack Japan president. That's all.
That's the best intro ever. Thank you. Okay. So, Kate, tell us about this awesome Pico VR campaign.
Okay, so Pico is the VR headset under the ByteDance group. So they also not only produce the equipment, but also produce the VR content to try to attract more consumers who can enjoy the VR experience. So this campaign actually launched last November. Yeah, so that in Japan, so they leverage the AKB48. Yeah, that's a quite very famous and popular girl group in Japan, especially very like among the like a otaku culture. Yes,
it's a nerd.
Yeah. So we helped this campaign to original. Develop the creative concept, all the media investment from our Dentsu China. And so that's all this we want to recruit more like our target audience, can watch in the VR concert and drive the purchase conversion of that. So it's up to the digital media exposure. So we also leverage the outdoor, and so you can see that the QR code, if you're passing by and you saw the outdoor advertising, you can scan the QR code, and immediately you can link to the landing page. On this landing page, you can have all this live stream concert or all this concerts timetable and some introduction, and have a more engagement experience on this landing page. So let me think about.
That's perfect. That's great. What a cool campaign.
Yeah.
And can you share some thoughts about why you chose to run this campaign using programmatic digital out-of-home from China into Japan?
Okay, so the campaign's period is very, very tight, very short. So we want to maximize all the brand, all the campaign exposure in a very, very short time. So that's we think the leverage of the programmatic outdoor can be better, to target the precise target audience in this short periods, and to help the brand, help the client can have the better result. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there was, in particular, I think there was a few areas that were targeted in Japan, in Tokyo, such as Shibuya, Shinjuku, and Akihabara.
Yes. So we think like because all this outdoor, it's not only outdoor. It's from our communication journeys, more like up funnel to can help the brand awareness to exposure, and especially because our target audience who they are very attentive to ideal pop culture, animation, this kind of especially also into the new trendy 3C products. So these three, I would say the three section area, it's, totally throughout the data inside, it's a match to our TA as a very concentrated area. So that's why, that's the reason. And also it's most of the busy intersection in Japan, if you guys have been to Tokyo.
Amazing. Like the Shibuya crossing is the busiest intersection in the world. Yes. And Akihabara is the home of AKB48, I think.
Yeah, that's original. There's lots of we call, his friend, or his fan is original there, and then to avatar arms, and then to bring this group to be famous.
Got it.
Yeah.
And the Akihabara area is known for?
Known for the anime, manga, otaku area.
Got it. Which was basically the target audience. So they wanted people to see this QR code, scan it, go home, put on their glasses, and experience the surround concert that was timed.
Yes, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that things like we utilize all the heat map and then try to check in all the target audience, and by daily and by different of the position section, and try to optimize all this during all the campaign. So we keep following this and the discussion with the client, with the brand, and help them to have the better performance of this during the campaign.
Very cool.
Yes.
So Dentsu China uses the Hivestack DSP to understand audiences in Japan, plan and activate from China into the supply.
Yes.
And in this case, which was Liveboard. Jinnai-san, can you tell us about the supply side?
Yes. So the secret behind the scene for helping to accelerate outside in and inside out is the standardization. There's two key areas of standardization that are needed to deliver outside in and inside out. One is standardization of the measurement metrics, in particular, media currency metrics. The other is the standardization of trading rules. The currency is based on trust. So think about that. If your local currency cannot be converted into another local currency, or your credit card can no longer be used another country because your local currency is locked out of the SWIFT money transfer network. But in this case, Liveboard SSP is provided that the metrics, impression metrics, which is the viewed impression metrics, that the VAC level, that is the attention level metrics, which is 100% compliant with the WWO Global Audience Measurement Guidelines, and contemporizing mechanisms embedded. So the buyers and sellers share that and trust the value of the inventory. Also, the other thing, trading standardization is another crucial part of the accelerating, expanding the outside in and inside out. If the trading rules vary country to country or from site to site, it will take enormous time and effort just simply to trade the inventory. But you may know the online advertising industry introduced the trading standard called OpenRTB, which allows buyers and sellers to trade inventory across the globe without prior negotiations. Like LIBOR. So LIBOR SSP is the first one to adopt open RTB in Japan market for trading OH inventory. That's the reason the advertiser like you is easily access to the global audiences without no time. So for media owner, this is a purely incremental revenue opportunity, immediate revenue opportunity. So the market may be bigger than you may define.
Thank you so much, Jinnai-san. Thank you very, very much. That's very clear. So in summary, you're saying that measurement is key, and because Liveboard offers this standardized measurement based on the World Out-of-Home measurement guidelines, this offers trust to international buyers. When they're logging into the Hivestack DSP, they're able to buy and see audiences based on the World Out-of-Home guidelines. Exactly. And then the fact that Liveboard offers open RTB access, that enables a handshake that is much more fluid. So that's a great explanation. So thank you so much. And here's a summary of this campaign. Thank you. I know we went over time, and I apologize for that, but thank you all.
Thank you very much.
After this campaign, my client called me AKB49.
Yes.